Okay, so the assignment that you are supposed to be doing in Google Classroom for today is the Global Economy Spreadsheet. And there are 4 different things that you're going to learn. You're going to enter some data into a spreadsheet, you're going to merge the title, and then you're going to auto sum, which means you are telling spreadsheets to add up information for you. And then you're going to insert and format a pie chart or a bar graph. The way that you're going to do that is in Google Classroom, click on Open, click Add, and you're going to choose Sheets for Spreadsheets. When that pops up, you are going to click on the spreadsheet. That won't happen. And then here you have your spreadsheet. And it has, this is a made-up student, John Snow. It will have your name there. Remember, by letter, these are the columns, and then by number are the rows. And right now, we're in cell A1. In cell A1, you're going to type the title. And I'm not sure what I said to type as the title, so I can click back into the assignments, and it tells me that my title needs to be Where in the World? Global Economy. So that's all in A1. When I click off of it, it spreads over into other columns, but it's truly only in A1, as you can see right there. Oh, and I spelled it wrong, so let me correct that. And then if I click in B1, you can see there's nothing actually in cell B1. I want this title to be spread across A1, B1, and C1. And the way I do that is I click in A1, I hold down my left mouse button, and I drag across to C1. And you can tell that you've selected that because it's highlighted that section. And then I want to merge this, meaning I want A1 to now be combined A1, B1, C1. I'm going to merge it. And then I'm going to set, and you can see now how it goes across, and I'm going to center align it, and now it's centered in there. The next thing you need to do, according to the instructions, are enter data from the table. So you will click on A2, and you will type your first country. Remember, you can split your screen so that I can look at the table as I am trying to enter my data. So my first country is China. It's very important that these countries are spelled correctly. I asked you guys to make sure they were spelled correctly when you did the table. If you didn't do it when you did the table, please make sure that you do it on the spreadsheet. And then in column B, so B2 cell, you're just counting up how many of that country you have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I'm going to type that number in B2. And then I'm going to enter the countries that way. To move to the next cell, all I have to do is press Tab, and I have 1, Japan. Okay, so according to the assignment on the global economy table, I was supposed to look up or locate 10 items and the country where it was made, or 20 items, I'm sorry. So this should add up to 20 if I did the assignment right. I'll tell you guys right now I don't have 20. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to use the auto sum function. So I'm going to make that fill my whole screen again. So we want a total in this cell right here, cell B7. And the way that you're going to do that is you're going to click this Greek symbol right here. And these are the different things that you can have spreadsheets, the different kinds of math that you can have spreadsheets do for you. And I'm going to click on sum. And if you notice, a formula or me telling spreadsheets to do math must always start with an equal sign. That's telling spreadsheets you're about to do math. Sum is the answer to an addition problem. And then you notice the parentheses because I have to tell Spreadsheets what I want it to add. So I want it to add from B2, and notice it puts it in there, all the way down to B6. And I just left click and I drag it all the way down, and notice I have the right information here. If you have more countries, you will have a different range. And that's what this is. One cell, colon, and another cell. And that's just saying the range from the top one down to whatever the last one is. And then once I do that, I'm going to hit enter, and notice it adds it for me. Could I have easily added these in my head and come up with 15? Probably. But this is just an example of how spreadsheets do math for you. And it will do more difficult math for you also. Neat thing about formulas in a spreadsheet is I can change my answers. Like I can say I had 8 things from Japan and I change it to 8, and when I click off of it, it recalculates all of the numbers that are in B2 through B6. So go ahead and change something on your spreadsheet too. All right, in Google Classrooms, the next thing I need to do is I need to insert and format a pie chart, a bar graph, and a map. And the way that you're going to do this is you are going to go and you have to highlight your first country all the way down to your last country and then the numbers. Don't highlight the title. Don't highlight your total. You're going to go to Insert and you're going to choose Chart. When you choose Chart, it pulls up all these different charts you can do. According to the instructions, I do need a bar graph. Notice how it puts the numbers in, it colors it up. When I hover over it, it shows me how many I have for each. On the X or on this axis, it shows the countries, and on this one, it shows how many. I can change the way that my bar graph goes. So whichever one you'd like, and you can click OK. Notice it's covering up my data. All I have to do is click and drag it. I can also make it smaller by grabbing one of these corner ones. I can also edit it, and that's by clicking on this pencil. That's the quick edit mode. If I click here, I can do advanced edit, and here I can change my colors. I can add a title. So for this axis, the title, I'm going to put where in the world. Update it if I want. Notice there's my title. I want to do more to it, so I have to click the actual chart, advanced edit again, and I think that I'm going to scroll down. Oh, and here's the horizontal axis, which is right here. I want to give it a title. And I want to do a title. Let's save it. And I want to do a title on the vertical axis also. Axis. Change it to vertical here. I can change the color that I want different things to be. So you do have to go and you have to edit some of these things. And there we go. Now I have to insert another chart. Make sure the stuff is still highlighted. If it's not highlighted correctly, then your data is skewed. It doesn't make sense. Insert, chart, and this time I'm going to do a pie chart, which is right here. Got to move it out of the way, make it a little bit smaller just because I want to. And then I'm going to click here and I'm going to advance edit this. And you can do a variety of different things in editing this. Make sure you give it a title and then do a few other things to it also. And finally, the last one, insert, chart. We're going to do a geo chart, which if you go over here to chart types, remember, I want you to go ahead and play around in this. So we have our map, and this is called a geochart. And notice it highlights the countries or shades in the countries for me, exactly the way you guys did on the map that I gave you last week or the week before. So you insert it, and again, edit this also. Once you've done all of those things, you're done. You've done the assignment. So you go back over here, and you want to click on Turn In and Turn In. Jon Snow did not spend a lot of time on this assignment. I'm hoping you spend more. And that's how you do spreadsheets.